If I had a list of people who are melodramatic and scared of exploring the concept of death and grief, I would be up there at the top with a couple of other names. But this book changed the way I see death and dealing with grief. This is Mother by Cafe Akbar. It's the kind of book that I know I'll come back to when I need language to feelings that I can't articulate yet. This book explores the idea of what makes a life meaningful when you know it's going to end. The book follows Cyrus, this Iranian American man whose mother died in a plane crash when he was a kid. He then was raised by his father alone in America. Cyrus spent his whole life trying to understand what makes a death meaningful and what makes someone a martyr versus just someone who died. Throughout his journey, he hears about this artist in Brooklyn who has terminal cancer, and she's spending her final days sitting in a museum for her final installation, just talking to strangers about death, and he decides he needs to meet her. What the book is really about, I think, underneath all of that is how we negotiate with mortality, how we live with grief that never really goes away, and how we make meaning out of the fact that everyone we love is temporary, even including ourselves as well. Cafe Akbar writes about addiction, sobriety, family, cultural identity, what it means to be a queer, all these massive themes, but through such poetically atmospheric prose that somehow doesn't feel as heavy, and it just pulls you in. I really love the fact that the book doesn't pretend to have all the answers. He's not afraid to say sometimes we don't know about something, sometimes there's no clean solution for why things happen or what we're supposed to do with our pain. And that kind of ambiguity, it's part of being human as well. The structure of the book is beautifully chaotic. It jumps around, it's fluid, it's hard to explain. You go from one character to another, but grief isn't linear and life isn't linear as well. Therefore, this book shouldn't be linear. This was an easy 5 stars for me. If you haven't read this book, or even if you're like me and usually avoid thinking about death or grief, trust me on this one, you're not gonna regret it. It's famous for a reason.